Hello and welcome to the Zero to Android show. This is the show where we take Java's lemons and Android Studio's lemons and we throw them back. We throw them right back and they splat all over the place. It's glorious. So, if you are catching this show for the first time and you're wondering, what is this show? Where can I watch the previous episodes? Well, there's a YouTube channel called Coding with Carl. And if you head over to that channel, there's a playlist here, Zero to Android, wherein you will find the previous 30 videos. That's right, 30. That means we've spent 30 hours learning how to do Java and do Android. And got to the point now where we have a pretty nifty little app. It has its own icon. Where is it? There it is, look. Let's put it on the home screen. Right in the middle there. Yep. There we go. 10K. And there's a few things that we are struggling with and have been for a few streams now. And the main one of those things is that we have this this context menu, right? So if I create something tomorrow at 1600, I say I'm going to code hard for an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm going to become the Iron Fist of code eventually. And then I want to delete it. I created this context menu. If I click delete, it does delete it. But until now, I've not been able to find a way to tell this pager to refresh itself. If it was real life, I'd just say, hey, refresh yourself. But it's not, unfortunately. So, off stream, I did some digging and I found a few different ways to do it. And one thing that completely escaped me is that I do have access, because all of these things extend the view class, I do have access to all the children elements. It's just knowing how to find them. So I thought what I'd do, first of all, is I'd get access to the recycler view of the current day. And I think the way I'm going to do that is I can go, yeah, let me get this straight in my head. So the pager creates and discards these pages as we scroll through, and it keeps one to the left and it keeps one to the right, which means that the one in the middle, technically, but I think presumably the one in the middle should always be the one that is on screen, or so I hope. I think there are edge cases here. The edge case is if we're at the end, on either end of that 60-day boundary that we set up so that we weren't scrolling on infinitely, then there wouldn't be one on the left if you were in position 0, and there wouldn't be one on the right if you were at position 60. So that needs to be accounted for. But I think the logic is sound everywhere else, and there's nothing really happening that fast, so I think we should be able to get away with that. So that'll give us the current page, and then from that we can just do get view by ID to get the recycler view of that page, and once we've got the recycler view we can tell it to re-render. Ta-da! That's the theory. Let's see if it actually works though. So we'll need some way of getting the current page, and I think the smart thing to do is do a private. It's going to return a So I've also been writing code in JavaScript all day and my head hasn't quite switched back into Java mode, so let's think about this. To get the current page, I need to do something along the lines of pager, which is local to this class, pager.getChild at, and it's going to be index 1 all the time, unless we're at one of those edge cases, right? And I think from that we can do find view by ID r.id.plannerRecView, and that will give us the visible recycler view. The visible recycler view. Programming is full of tongue twisters. I hope. And from that we can just do something. What can we do with it? I don't think we can currently re-render it, because what we'd have to do, yeah, we don't extend recycler view, we just have our own adapter for it. So I think we could do something along the lines of .get adapter. Although I'm not sure on that one. We'll see. So let's do recycler view. Visible rec view equals planner, nope, pager, I'll get child at index 1, because 0 would be the one on the left and 2 would be the one on the right, right? Find view by ID, planner rec view. And we've got a breakpoint there so we can see what happens. And I've just noticed that that's the worst spelling of view ever. It's like view. Debug, there you are. Okay, so we haven't stopped because we haven't deleted anything. So we'll have to create something first. Code hard, 30 minutes, become the Iron Fist. And then delete it. And we should trigger our breakpoint. We did not trigger our breakpoint. Why not? Because there wasn't a breakpoint there. Delete. Right, here we are. So we've stopped at this line. We're going to step over it. Visible rec view. There it is. There it is. And we should have our adapter in there as well somewhere. There are so many properties on these things, it's like it's hard to see the wood for the trees. But I do think it's in there. Adapter helper, adapter, there it is, planner rec adapter, look. This is great. Okay, so that's a good first step. Now the problem we've got is I can't just tell that adapter to check itself because it's populated, everything in it is populated from a database query, if you remember. And we don't do that database query in the adapter itself, we do it in the fragment. So I'm thinking to myself now, does it need to be in the fragment? And I don't think it does. I think we could have a nice little packaged up self-contained adapter that knows how to get its own data and is a responsible adult. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. Let's stop the debugger so that we don't grind to a halt. Here we are in the render function of the planner fragment, and we get the database, run the query, and then we create the adapter and set the recycler view all within this. And what do we do here? We do, so this just tells it where to scroll to when it's finished rendering. I think we can keep that there, that's okay. I think this part, however, needs to come out. And let's look at what things this depends on. We need end of day and top of day. Well, we can give it the, actually I think we are already passing day start TS, which shouldn't be any different to top of day. In fact, why do we have both? We've got top of day there, which is day start TS, and then where do we get day start TS? That is, it's the same thing. So we probably should have been using top of day down here. Yeah, so we're already passing it that, which means that it has everything it needs to run this query when it's generating its data set. So we're going to remove that cursor object there. And I'm going to take this code. I'm going to stash it in a register if I can. I don't know if registers work here, so I'm going to put it in the K register. Let's have a look. Okay, there it is. Okay. How do I get out of that now? Is it there forever? Hello. Yeah, it's gone crazy on me. I don't know how to get out of that. LS? No. Okay, we know it's in the K register. How do I get rid of this? Do I have to actually like navigate it? There we go. That's not great, is it? Right, so what was I doing? There we are, planner rec adapter, where we generate all this stuff, which is here. That's probably the smart place to put it. So let's do register KP. Ah, lovely. So I can get rid of this cursor now. I can get rid of this, and it's kind of more tidy. It's more concise, and the nice thing about it is when you read in this code, everything is in the same function, which means you don't have to go jumping from class to class and making a fool out of yourself. Okay, so we need this class now, because Android Studio doesn't like to have a lot of errors. It cries. The activity is missing, but I think we can probably do context.getActivity. That should be okay, he says. Not sure about that one. DB cursor. It should just be cursor, right? Or we can just call that DB cursor and then we know it works. Okay. Okay, so if that worked, then we have the cursor, right? Let's just jump back over to the fragment and see what we broke. We'll need to move it to first. That is true. And we should probably return false if we can't do it, because can't we do that? No? I guess we just return them. Yeah. And if we do that, there's no point in having that else statement, so there we go. And yeah, of course, we need to check for 0 first, and we're already doing that, so that's fine. And here, all of this now is in the wrong place. So let's nicely indent that, get rid of that, get rid of that. That tidies that code up. And, oops, I wish I know what I've just done there. What was that? It's like shift and... I really like to know that binding. I guess I'm not going to. Okay. Right, so the only problems we have here now are that we don't know if we can get the activity from there. So what is context? What were we passing as the context? This.getActivity. So we've already got the activity because it's the it is the context. And then end of day and top of day. This is going to be, let's have a think. Start timestamp is top of day. And this one will be start timestamp plus 84,600, right? I think that's right. 24 times 60 times 60. Yeah. What was that? Let me just triple check that. 60 times 60. 86,400. Okay. So let's see if that still works, I guess, is the next step. It does. You know what that means, guys? It means that if we now move all this stuff that generates the list for us into another function, then we can call that function somewhere else. We can't recall the constructor. It's not really a smart idea, but we can do something like what's it going to return? Generate data. Or let's just say generate. And pass it in what it needs, which is the day start TS. Yeah. All right, so, and it needs the context too, doesn't it? So, but now that, I mean, it can access those as member variables. What do we do with start timestamp? I feel like this should have a very clearly defined notion of start timestamp. So I'm going to create a member variable for it. Where am I? Slot item. Context slot list. Private int. Top of day TS. And then when we go down to the constructor, we will do this dot top of day TS equals start timestamp. And okay, I'm getting happier. So now I think we can take all of this and move it to here. That will become this dot context. That will become this top of day TS. So will this. Last created timestamp. That, yeah. Okay, we do need that. So let's go back up and get it. MA. Top of day TS, there you go. this.generate, and that takes, don't need that, do we? Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking the fact that it's all self-contained and responsible. Okay, so here we need to do this .top of ATS. All right, let's see if that works. Still works. Very good. Can I create things? Code hard. Iron Fist. I cannot. Why not? Okay, that's worrying. We've created a bug. Why have we created a bug? Because these two are the wrong way around. That was the end of day. Yeah. More than the top of the day and less than the end of the day. Okay. I'm happy that that was a small thing. There we go. And we're going to have an interesting thing now because I believe I've just created two of these with the same timestamp. Ah, no, that would have failed. There's a unique index on it. Okay, right, so we are now able, potentially, to tell it to re-render. I think the way we do it is we do, let's just correct that awful spelling mistake. And yeah, I think if we do visible rect view dot generate, we need to make that public first, and then we can do visible rect view dot notify I think we have to somehow notify it that no. The reason it's red is because it's get adapter dot generate, and I think we still have to make it public. We do. Public. What's the problem? Cannot resolve method generate. Okay, so this is a planner rec adapter. Adapter. Do we already have an adapter here? Rec adapter equals visible rec view dot get adapter. Why? Incompatible types found. That is what it is. Can I cast it? If in doubt, hard cast. Rec adapter.generate. Yay. I should be able to do visible rec view dot adapter changed. Updated. Is it on the adapter? There. Okay. Wonder if it'll work. Guess we'll find out. Remove yourself. So here we are, we've fired off. We've got the adapter. Run the generate, that's fine. Notify dataset changed. But it hasn't updated, has it? What about if... oh, that's disappointing. Let's have a look at it after the generate function runs. Oh, hang on. Because that's gone now, hasn't it? So let's add something back here. I'm trying to delete nothing there, so that's sure to cause a bug. Alright, so here we go. We do that, step over, we run generate, and if we look at our adapter after that, we have a slot list, and in that slot list, at position, and I believe it should be because we've only got half an hour slots, it should be position 42. We should have nothing. That's right, it's gone. Which is good, so it's deleted it. And then the adapter has done its thing. Android. Redraw a recycler view. Oh, I really don't want to do that. Oh, okay, we'll try that. Visible rec view dot get recycle view pool dot clear. I'm going to comment this one out just to see if it makes any difference, and I'm going to run this without the debugger. So I'll create something here, and let me just make a note. No long clicking on empty slots. Okay, so now I'm going to delete this. Whoa. I wonder if we're getting the wrong one. I wonder if my assumption that this would be the one that's on screen was wrong. Let's try it again, and we'll do it in debug. And I'll actually look at the view and see what's there. Okay, so delete. We're in. I want to get the recycler view, don't I? So I progress one line. I'll get the adapter as well, and then I can look at this adapter, look at the slot list, and look at position 42, which is where it should be, and there's nothing there. So I think I've got the wrong one. My assumption may have been wrong. They often are. Okay, so this pager, where is pager? There. Has how many children? M items 3, right? 0, 1, and 2, all of which planner fragments. I thought this was the one we were looking at. That one has a day start of copy value, epoch converter, Tuesday, May 1st, which is today. Zero has a day start of... hang on. Is get child at 0 indexed? I really hope this isn't what I think it is. I've got this somewhere, is it? It's one of these. Get child at. What am I looking at here? Wow. View. It's a view group, isn't it? Yeah, it's a view group, and I can do get child at. I'm gonna go digging. More than or equal to children count. Yeah, it's 0 indexed. Yeah. How bizarre. Alright, so if I have got the right one, then visible rec view should have children too. Where's M items? Are they inside the layout manager? I don't know what these are ordered by, it just seems to be however they want to be. Children. Right, so if we look at the screen now, 0, 1, 2, 3 should be that one. And then that has children. There's a button, it has a text view. Can we look at that and see what's in it? 8:30. What? That's off screen. That's not the visible one. Because if I'm right, then this one in 0 will be 7 AM. Yeah, I'm fairly sure. Where did I see that? It was it in children or items? Children. Where did I see it? Where are you? What? I'm looking at the wrong one. Yeah, this one here will be 7 AM. Children. Here. 7. Yeah. This is not it. This is not the one. So where did we mess up? We could just force them all to reload, which sounds expensive. I'd really love to know if it was visible or not. I wonder if there's something in this list that says whether it's visible or not. State. Focused item ID -1. Something's just worried me about this get child at call. If it's 0 indexed and there are 4, then I could pass 5. No, I could pass 4, which would be position 5, and it'd still return something. The view at the specified position or null if the position does not exist within the group. Is get child at 0 indexed or what? It's 0 based, it's 0 based, it's 0 based. So why would they have put an equal? Oh, or it's more than or equal to, sorry. Yeah, that's too much coffee and too much coding. What was I doing? I was looking for a hint that it is visible or invisible. Not there. Shall we run get visibility and see what happens? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I've got visible rect view here. I can evaluate it. I think evaluate expression dot. Okay. What was it again? Visible rect view dot get visibility result 0. So what is view dot visibility? View dot visible. It'll be a constant somewhere. There we go. Int invisible. Constant value of 4. What's visible? Let's have a look. Constant value of 0. So it says it is visible, even though it's not on the page. I think I'm just basing my assumption based on the fact that that's the way I would do it if I was doing it in JavaScript or something, because how can it draw? Well, I guess it can move them around, can't it? View pager, get the visible fragment. I know we've been down this road before, guys. I feel like we're a little bit closer today, so hopefully we'll get something. Don't need all that. I don't want to use a trick. Now what I can do, each of these views in the pager where are the children? Items, yeah. Each of these is a planner fragment, and that planner fragment has a day start timestamp, doesn't it? So what we can do is we can check whether the timestamp we've just deleted, oh, things are happening, thoughts are occurring. We can check each of the items to see whether that timestamp falls within that day, and if it does, we can tell that recycler view to refresh itself. It's a bit of work, but it will work. Okay, let's stop the debugger. Let's figure out which one it is. So we need, we'll do visible rect view. We'll do a while. Will we? Do something. Oh, this is risky. This is really risky. I think we'll probably do a for loop instead. So we'll do for int I equals 0 while I is less than pager dots count. Get child count, does that work? Or is it items We set the number of items, didn't we? So it was like get num, get max. Oh, come on. One thing after another. All the way down, here we are. PHP manual so much better than this. Add touchables, add view, arrow scroll, compute scroll, draw, fake drag, get adapter, get current item. Oh, come on. Really? That gives me an integer. Let's just try that first. Get child at. Really not sure if this is going to work. Let's just do this again, and I'll run get current item on the page, and we'll see what it says. Hello, wrong players. Welcome to the stream. We're having fun with the Android API. Okay, we're running. So if I create something code hard, 30 minutes, I am first delete, back, and I can do evaluate pager dot get current item 30. That's not what I'm looking for. Get off-screen page limit might be what I'm looking for. No, it's not. I don't think it is anyway. Let's have a look. Evaluate there. Get off-screen page limit. Result 1. So that's 1 at either side, which gives us 3. That might be how we have to work it out. Which would be sad, but it might be the only way. Adapter, set current item, set off screen page limit. So I've done that. Page change listener, margin drawable, page transformer. Yeah, we're gonna have to do something ugly. We're gonna have to do. Why have we locked up? There we go. So what did I want to do? Hello, Android Studio. We've crashed. Great, let's restart. There we go. All right, so I've completely lost my train of thought. That's it, we were doing a for loop. For int I equals 0, I is less than pages rendered, which is something we're going to have to do in a minute, I++, and int pages rendered is going to be something like pager dot get off screen page limit times 2, 1 at either side, plus 1, which is the one in the middle. So that should give us 3, but it keeps me future-proof for if I ever change that off-screen page limit, that calculation will continue to work. I'm touching wood, but maybe not. So less than pages rendered, I++, And what we're going to do, we're going to check within that page whether the pager dot get child at I that has a get adapter, does it? No, that's a fragment. That is a planner fragment. Oh, chat's blown up. Hang on. Fun. Yeah. I thought this was Kotlin because coding this. Yeah. Maybe I'll get bored of Java one day and do another stream called Kotlin with Colin, perhaps. Planner fragment and working fragment equals pager dot get child at I, and I need to cast that as a planner fragment. It doesn't like that, does it? Can't cast view to planner fragment. I could have sworn it was a fragment. Alright, let's just double check, have another look. We'll jump back into the debugger. Thought this was going to be so easy. Alright, so here we are, pager. And if I do can I evaluate something on this? Can I do get child up 0? Evaluate. Get child at 0. It's given me a constraint layout. So it doesn't give me a fragment, it gives me the layout within that fragment. But I was sure I think my plans fell apart because I was basing it all on the fact that in items here I could get hold of the fragment. I really don't like this documentation. There's no back to top. Come on, view pager, give me something. Give me a way to get at your fragments. Look at this. I mean, just make it foldable. Add focusable. What have I got in gets? Because you're only going to give me stuff that's in get, aren't you? Okay, so now I have to jump all the way back up here. Get adapter, get current item, get page limit, get page margin. That's it. How depressing. Is that going to be it for another stream? We're going to spend another stream scratching our head and wondering how to get this thing to refresh? Or shall we just tell them all to regenerate? I think we might have to brute force it. And then we'll come back to it because I am tired of working on the same to-do over and over and over. So we know that there's 3, right, pages rendered, and I reckon we'll just do something like at least we'll know if this method works this way. Recycler view, rec view, we'll just call this, equals page.getChild at, and we're going to replace that with I. Find view button, so that'll give us the recycler view. Then we get the adapter, rec view, and then we generate it, and then we, what was that? Rec view, so that's rec view. What the hell? Can't resolve the symbol there, but it can there. Oh, rev view. Rec view. Okay. I'm crossing my fingers, my toes, and everything else. Here we go. Still doesn't work. I'm in awe. Right, that gives us a recycler view. Step forward. There's the recycler view, right? You can look at the items. Is it in children? Can't remember where it is. Perhaps it's in the layout manager. Can't remember. Children, right? 12 children. The first one is, should have text view. This should have children of its own. And I've scrolled straight over them again. Children there. First one, probably say 7 AM. Where's the text? Come on. What is it? It's a button. That's why it doesn't have anything, Carl. There we go. Right, so this is actually, this is the one in the 0 position. And then step over, tell it to generate new data. So if we look at the data on it now, in the slot list here, and 2130 would be slot position 43, I think. There, become the Iron Fist of code, everything's there, right? If we step over again, it hasn't changed. Which means our generate function's doing something wrong. Alright, well that's good. That gives us something to go on. So we run this query, we do all this, move to first, slot list add. Ah! What we've actually done is doubled the size of it. Now I'm excited. What we need to do every time we run generate is empty the slot list. It is paramount. How do you empty an array in Java? Clear. And I just want to triple check that that is actually what it does, because it removes all the elements from the list. The list will be empty. Yeah, thank you. RTFC, read the clean code. Echo, stop. Perfect timing for echo there. Okay. Does that mean now that we have answered 2 questions? One of them is that 0 is the right index, I equals 0, and this might work. I don't know. Let's stop and rerun it. I'm going to do it without debug on as well, just because I'm feeling frivolous. Okay, disappointing, but disappointment is the flavor of the week on this stream. Okay, 2130, please. There. We're back, and if I delete this, then I should, snap into my breakpoint, jump over twice. I equals 0, rec view, and rec adapter. Adapter has a slot list. Slot list in position as 47 long, and 2130 would be position 43. There is my stuff. If I step over again, it's generated and it's gone back to that, which is right. And then I tell it to get recycled view pool.clear. Right, and then it does it another 2 times. If I scroll down and then scroll back up, it's gone. Maybe I did need that notify thingy changed. Rec view notify. Or is it the adapter? Okay, 2 things. First of all, I want to see if this line's necessary. That was a lot of work. A lot of work. Oh, God. Right, that line is not necessary. You only need to notify the adapter that you've changed the data set. Second thing, we only need to do this on page 0, because every time I've ran this, the one that we're viewing has been the one in the middle. Right? Or has it? Should we just do it for all of them? What happens when I do it on page 2? If I do one here, code hard 30 minutes. I'm just going to leave it. I'll put a to-do in there. Investigate whether or not. Yeah, I don't think it is. I think it's just going to talk that. It's just going to be like, well, which one's available? Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it like that. That is good. I am happy with that. And we are 4 minutes over, so if you have any questions, guys, about what we've done on the stream today, put them in the chat and I will have a look at them. I'm going to jump over to my to-do list now and figure out what's going on there. So those things are important, but no time to do them now. Date change not recognized. So delete works and refreshes the view. Yeah, that's irrelevant now as well. Great. One step closer. Version control. Commits. End of episode 31. And we don't need to be dramatic. And end of episode 31, we have found a way to refresh the visible items after you delete a slot. Yay. Maybe we do need to be dramatic sometimes. Commit. Alright guys, I'm happy with that. No questions in the chat, so I'd just like to say thank you to everyone for joining me today. If you joined the stream late or you want to catch up on any of the previous streams, you can have a look at my YouTube channel, Coding with Carl. That's Coding with a K, Carl with a K. On the 0 to Android playlist, you'll find all the back episodes, and I'll try and get this one uploaded as soon as possible. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:30 PM UK time, and you will see me here then if you like. Great. All right. For now, guys, take care, have fun coding, and I'll see you soon.